on the next Change of Heart.
You know, enough is enough.
Television's most surprising show
Karen tends to be a little bit wild sometimes.
I'm used to the total bad boy thing.
has its biggest shocker yet. We're the nicest guy you'd ever want to meet.
She just turned out by the fact that I'm a nice guy.
Sex has become a chore and a bore.
Puts it all on the line.
Karen, I want you to marry me.
I want to stay on my own.
Everyone will be talking about this one.
It's time to get rid of the baggage.
An unforgettable change of heart.
Welcome to Change of Heart. This is a show where couples who've reached a crossroads in their relationship voluntarily go on one blind date with someone new. So let's meet our couple. Now, they're both physical therapists, and for the past 2 years, she admired his physique from afar. But one night, about 10 months ago, after work, they met up in the parking lot. He planted a dynamite kiss right on her lips, and they've been getting physical ever since. So please welcome Lon Brown and Karen Vlahos. Now, you're both physical therapists, but you're here because you guys have been rubbing each other the wrong way recently in the relationship. But Karen, what was it about Lon's body that captivated you for 2 long years that you were checking him out?
Well, look at him. He's got muscles. He's good looking. He has
Just posing for us?
kind of a boyish look, and it was the way he looked at me and the way he doted over me. I'd never had that before.
So that was all good?
Yeah, it was
okay,
really good.
Lon, let's go back to that night in the parking lot and that first kiss. What was that like?
Oh, that first kiss. It was the most incredible first kiss I've ever had. We were in a parking lot, a party at work, and one of my coworkers, we were pressed up against his van the whole time, just totally in our own world. We had no idea. He was sitting on his seat trying to pull out of the parking lot.
That must have been some first night, I'll tell you. Now, Karen, since then, how are things been in the romance department?
Well, you know, sex has become a chore and a bore.
Oh.
You know, I mean, he's a very aggressive guy, and he lasts too long. It's just a little too long. I mean, go with the song, you know? Finish the song, but there was no passion or emotion. I mean, you know, enough is enough. You know, sometimes less is more.
Sorry to hear that.
Why?
Do you want minute rice?
Minute rice?
Lon, what do you think it is that turns Karen off in particular?
Well, you know, I think she just turned out by the fact that I'm a nice guy. You know, I treat her really well. You know, when I tell her I'm going to call her, I actually do call her. And she used to like total jerks and stuff in her life.
Oh, really? You used to more bad boys?
She's not.
I am. I'm used to the total bad boy thing. And
Yeah, and I'm not this
dirtbag,
way. I'm a
kind of
good guy, you
stoner,
know?
And he's a nice guy.
And she's turned off by that. I mean, I don't get it,
It's
but
not that I'm turned off. It's just that it needs a little more
I think
oomph
you're
to
turned
it.
off by it.
Yeah, but I think that Karen, since he's a nice guy, I would imagine he shows you in a lot of ways, you know, how he cares about you.
Well, he substitutes money for love. I mean, everything that we do. Yeah.
Well, what
I
do you mean?
What are you
everything,
talking about?
Well, you know, you kind of keep a mental calculator of everything that you've spent, and you show me receipts, and you know, it's like.
Give me a break.
Well,
Well, he brings it back
I spent $100 for dinner last night.
right.
You know, and now he expects me to do.
I do a lot of things for you that don't involve money and just, you know, sincere. I mean, I dedicated a song to you. I wrote you poetry.
Yeah, but you always.
And that's all free.
Yeah, where's the money in
He's
that?
Now,
little
Lon, besides the
tight.
finances and the
He
stuff that we're
reminds me
talking
of
about here,
prices.
what do you guys fight about the most?
Well, the fact that she has a problem with the fact she thinks I'm in love with my ex-girlfriend.
No, I don't. I don't think you're in love with your ex-girlfriend.
Well, you think I have this thing?
Do you think he's
Well, you still
obsessed
have
with her? Or?
Pictures up, for Christ's sake.
I don't have pictures
I mean,
in my apartment. I have pictures in my photo album of all my ex-girlfriends.
It's time to get rid of that. It's time to get rid of the baggage. Out with the old.
I'm not gonna throw away old pictures.
It's like the ex-girlfriend collection here.
Yeah, you know, I mean.
All right, what about the two of you
reasonable.
on other issues? Do you guys have similar viewpoints on things, Karen?
Nope. He is a devout Republican, and I'm a Democrat.
I am not Republican. I'm conservative.
And he wants me to constantly, like, take his viewpoint on things. So
That is not true.
We will argue until I agree with him, basically, is what happens.
I want you to have your own opinions. I just want you to respect the opinions that I have.
Well, like on Clinton and family values and things like that, we
Yeah.
totally disagree.
All right, now, Ron, initially Karen was attracted to you about your body. Does she still compliment you about that?
You know what? I think Karen's got a little problem with the fact that I work out like
Yeah.
2 hours a day, 5 or 6 days a week, and she understands just 'cause I want to look good for her and want to
Well,
feel
I mean,
good
it's
and be
enough
healthy
is
for her.
enough, though.
You think he overdoes it?
Well, that could be time spent with me. I mean, he could.
Well,
he
maybe you can
spends
come to the
2.5
gym with me and we could spend time together that
You know
way.
how?
Yeah, you could spot him a couple of times.
You ever think about that?
Once in a while would be nice, but I am not as into it as he is, and respect me for what I want.
All right, that's a situation you got to deal with. Now, Karen, why did you think this was a good time that the two of you go out on these dates?
I think at this point, you know, we're ready to find that special someone, and it's either time
Yeah.
to, you know, to get ready
We're getting
to
too
get
old just to
serious.
just date for nothing.
Also, he's got no confidence. I want someone with confidence.
Okay,
I'm
well,
not
we'll see if we
confident.
found you someone, and we'll see what happens here with the relationship. Obviously, Lon and Karen have some issues in this relationship to work out. Now, when we come back, we're going to meet the people that they dated and find out if they're going to stay together or have a change of heart. So stay here. Here with Lon and Karen. Now, Karen says Lon's a die-hard conservative who substitutes money for love, and he's boring in the bedroom. So we found her a liberal who's more into pillow talk than money talk. Please welcome London Anthony. London, how are you? Good to see you. And you know Karen? Lon, let me ask you, does London look like he speaks Karen's language of love?
I don't know. I mean, he's not the bad boy type I imagine her to be with, and I'm not all that jealous.
All right,
Yeah,
Karen,
well,
how long did it take you and London to connect when you guys got together?
We hit it right off the bat. We had a 10-minute conversation, and then we decided to be spontaneous and go out that day. So we got together that day, and I could tell he was kind of a bad boy, a little wild.
So that's a good sign then.
Good.
All right. And London, in that short 10-minute conversation, what did you tell her that gave her an idea that you might be a bit of a bad boy?
Yeah, maybe because I drive a 911 SC, and maybe it's because I have a snake named Zazu.
Karen,
did London pick you up in his little sporty car?
No, I drove to his place, and I got a chance to meet his really cool roommates, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah,
Hanging
it
out
was
with the
great.
roommates?
Right. And London, did
they
you
were
realize that
nice.
Karen was enjoying the fact that she met your roommates and stuff?
Well, I had an idea when she said that one of my roommates was more her type.
Oh.
That's good.
Karen,
I guess she wasn't into you then.
hey, Karen, were you hanging out with the roommates for a while, or what was going on there?
Yeah, we got there, and we started a jam session, and I was playing guitar, and London was playing drums, and we had a really wild time, and it was the most fun I've had in a long time. Yeah, it was really wild. It was really fun.
Now, Karen, while you're jamming away here, are you still kind of checking out the roommate, or what?
No, I actually, when I saw London playing the drums, I just kind of got that loving feeling inside, because my ex was a drummer, and so I gave him a big hug after that, yeah.
So there you connected over
Yeah,
the
we
drumsticks.
connected.
Okay, so London, after the hug, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking she's looking so beautiful that it's about time we go be alone, get away from my roommates, and so we decided to go to dinner.
All right, so you had dinner plans, and Karen, did you have a chance to find out more about his political affiliation and what he was like?
Yeah, he's a diehard Democrat. We had great
whoop-de-doo.
conversation. It was great. The conversation flowed. He didn't try to change my mind. He didn't try to get me to convert to his views and all of that. It was really nice. We agreed on everything. It was really.
Come on.
All right, now London, politics isn't real intimate. I hope it turned a little more romantic, did it?
Yeah, it sure did. About the time that she told me she wasn't wearing any underwear, she was going commanding.
That certainly ought to give the conversation a good turn.
The common ploy, you know.
Now, Lon, does that surprise you at all that she was going out on a first date with a guy and not wearing any underwear?
Well, I don't know. Karen tends to be a little bit wild sometimes, so I'm not too surprised by it.
Definitely.
Well, hey,
surprised she
what's
did it
wrong
for
with
him,
that?
but-
You know, what's wrong with that?
Okay, so London, at dinner, here you are. Was there something else that really surprised you?
Yeah, well, she decided she wanted to tell me we wanted to go to a strip club. I got no problem going to a strip club.
Right.
I've just never been to a strip club on a date before. But I listened to her, so I said, let's do it.
All right, and Karen, of all the places that you guys could have hung out, why did you want to go to a strip club?
I wanted to take him there. I wanted to see if he'd gawk at the other women, and I wanted to see.
Like I don't.
Yes, like you do. And I wanted to
Well, they're
see
hard to
whether
miss.
But he wanted to leave right away. He was like, I'm into you. I'll be with you. And he didn't even look at the other girls there. He didn't. No, he did not.
Every time you were in the bathroom, he was checking.
Oh, wait, I don't understand,
Didn't go to
London.
the bathroom.
Wait, let London explain this because she wanted to go there, you went there, but you were in a hurry to get out. What was that about?
Exactly. Well, it's like it was kind of a seedy place, and it just didn't feel right.
That sounds about right.
So we left right away because it's like, I don't know if she's a jealous type. I'm going to give her respect. And so we decided to leave. And also, I did lose a girlfriend to another stripper, so I decided I didn't know what she was
Wait,
into.
you lost a girlfriend to another woman?
I did to another
Really?
woman. But you know what? I'm man enough.
What's
I
up
can
with
deal
that?
with that.
That's a whole nother show.
That's her.
She wasn't the right one.
Actually, those are her issues, not
All
my
right.
issues.
Well,
Now,
I do
Karen,
with
you
though.
say that Lon's tight with money and always bring up the fact how much money he spends with you every time he spends a penny. How was London?
London was great. He did not even flinch to pay for everything, and we snuck into the bar one of the bars we went to, and he also tried to finagle our cover charge, but I think that was more about him just being cool and just trying to get away with it.
Right,
just
trying to
that
get
bad
one
boy
over,
thing.
yeah.
It was
It's a
good.
challenge.
So you like
But he
that?
didn't worry about the money, and he never even brought it up. I never even saw a receipt or anything.
All right, now kissing doesn't cost anything. Did London try to put the move on you?
Yeah, we kissed.
You did?
We kissed in his car, and London. It was.
What, you were in his car?
We were in his car, but we first kissed at the bar, and then we got into his car.
How drunk were you?
I wasn't that drunk. I knew what I was doing. Hey,
Yeah,
it
right.
was very refreshing, and he's very sensual and very affectionate, and it was quite nice.
I must say it was quite nice.
It was nice.
Okay, now Karen, since he's not boring in the romance department, that seems obvious the way the two of you hit it off. Compare him to Lon, though, in other departments.
Well, I think Lon is just gorgeous. I think he's good looking, but I like London's body better. I mean, he's too bulky. He's too, I like the way he feels. And Lon is more mature. I mean, even though London's a little older, he seemed a lot younger, and Lon is, he's very mature and very a good guy, I think more along my lines.
Okay, well, you got some good things here to compare them with. All right, well, jamming and macking with a bad boy be enough to give Karen a change of heart. We're going to find out later. Next, though, we get to meet the woman that Lon dated and hear all about their date, so stay with us. We just heard what happened on Karen's date with London, and now we're going to meet the woman that Lon dated. Lon says Karen criticizes him for being too nice and too buff, and she accuses him of still being in love with his ex. So to give him a break, we found him a massage therapist who appreciates a hard body on a nice guy and doesn't obsess about the past at all. Please welcome Joy Ainsworth. Hi, Joy. Welcome. Karen, let me ask you, do you think Lon would enjoy a massage from Joy?
Yeah, but I think I could do better. I think that my massages are quite good.
Probably without training, yeah.
Without training.
Now, Lon, in the past, how many blind dates have you been on?
Well, I've been on about 20 or 30 blind dates. But
Really?
They've all been big-time duds. They're terrible.
Sure, it's just not you?
No, it's definitely not me. No, within 300 pounds, it's not me.
Well, Lon, when you've got that kind of track record, I'd be a little skeptical with another blind date. Like, here we go. Were you concerned?
Not too much, I just thought that I wanted to see if a nice guy like me could really be appreciated for a change. I want to prove the nice guys can for this
I always appreciate you.
You don't appreciate the fact that I'm a nice guy, though.
No, I like the fact that you're a nice guy.
And what about you, Joy? Were you looking for a nice guy? Is that what you're into?
Yeah, sure. Who isn't?
Well, Karen's not.
Well, I didn't say I wasn't.
Joy, what about your blind date record? What's that been like?
Oh, I've been on one actual blind date, and my optometrist set me up with this guy. He was dull, short, nerdy, boring, very money-oriented. Just a turn
So that
off.
wasn't good.
No.
All right, so Karen, didn't you say Lon was obsessed about money?
Yeah, everything's tit for tat.
All
So
right.
I did this, it's your turn now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Now, Lon, you
Why?
said
It's
you,
reciprocation.
Lon, you said you wanted to be hooked up with somebody that was going to appreciate your workout routine.
right, yeah.
Now, did Joy appreciate your body and all that you do?
Well, I think so. We had a great time with our kickboxing, and she really likes the fact that I work out a lot, and we kickboxed for 2 hours, which is like my workout.
Kickboxed on a first date?
Yeah. She's really great.
That sounds like fun.
The first time, she was really good.
And Joy, what part of Lon's body did you like the best?
His teeth, actually.
Of all the things.
That's the first thing I look at in a man.
The teeth.
Okay.
That's a new one.
First thing I look at him.
Joy, correct me if I'm wrong, you went kickboxing and you did some pretty physical stuff. You had to see more than his teeth.
Yeah, he was actually wearing like this tank top, fluorescent, skimpy tank top. It was very showy. He was very fit.
All right, so you got a nice look. Now, Karen, like Lon said, you should go to the gym with him. You might have a good time. She's having none of it. All right, Joy, after the workout, then did you guys chill out a little bit and get to know each other?
No, we went to the mall. Actually, he had to get his sister a birthday present.
This is
we
funny.
ran into his mom and his sister at the mall.
As I have a present in my hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you got to
they
meet
seem
some
like
of the
great
family.
people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
And
never
Karen?
met his sister.
Oh, you have? I was just going to ask you if you met the family.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the first date with her, and
And it was a hot one.
yeah, yes, it was.
Now, Joy.
At least I need other women to turn her on. And
Joy, one of the things Karen said about Lon, that he is too nice and lacks that bad boy image. Did you find that was a problem?
I'd have to agree with her on that. He is kind of flat in that, and a lot of nice guys don't have a lot of sex appeal in general.
So you're looking for just a little bit of edge. I guess we got to work on that for you, Lon.
Okay.
Now, Joy, the other thing that Karen said was about Lon's romance and whatever was just a bore and a chore. What's your take on that?
Well, when we were kickboxing, he was very physical and very passionate about that. Some good moves, so there's probably some potential there.
That's right.
So you're interpreting it maybe a little different. Now, Karen, maybe the right person has to bring it out of him and he'd be okay.
Oh, there's no problem on that end.
No?
No, not at all.
All right. Now, Lon, was there some point in the night that you ever felt like you actually got the appreciation you were looking for and thought you deserved?
Well, you know, that's the funniest thing. We were at this karaoke bar, and I ran into a guy who was a character actor many years ago on a famous sitcom. Won't say what, but and he says to me, he asked me if I was an actor, and I said no. I said, because young man, you're so good looking and all this, I'd put you in front of a camera right away if I was a producer. So that's the appreciation.
Really? And you know what? Oh, wait a minute, Karen. It sounds like Lon finally found somebody that appreciated his body.
There you go. But it was an old-time character actor, but.
Joy, Karen says Lon's always checking out other women's bodies. Did you notice that when you were at the karaoke bar?
No, not at all.
It's because she's insecure. She just
I'd
thinks
bet money on it that he didn't look at anybody else.
This is the first date. It's the first date.
Joy
Why
had
would
him
you check somebody
captivated.
else out?
Thank you.
Now, Karen, so you're saying give them a couple of dates and you think things
I
will
was
be
checking out her body, but I wasn't checking anybody else.
Now, Lon, you guys haven't touched since
still am.
kickboxing. What about the end of the night? Did things get a little closer?
Well, you know, we both walked into our cars, and I really had serious thoughts about putting the move on her, but she was with a friend of hers, too, so I was like, nah, this wouldn't be cool to do. I'm too nice and respectful to do that.
See, again, the nice guy image sort of carries through the whole theme. All right, will Lon and Karen have a change of heart? That's the only question left. During the break, they're going to make that decision. We'll find out what they decided when we come back, so stay with us. The moment of truth, because during the break, Lon and Karen each made a final decision about the future of their relationship, and there is no turning back now. Will they stay together, or will they have a change of heart? Now, you guys came on the show because you said you're getting to that point in your life where you need to find that special person that you really want to settle down with. So that's what we're trying to sort through here today. Now, Lon, you said you wanted somebody that was going to appreciate a nice guy that you are, somebody who wasn't going to be jealous about all your exes that you had a little photo album of, and appreciate your hard body and all the work that you put into that.
Right.
So we set you up with Joy. You guys had a good date. You started out kickboxing. You went to the mall. You ran into mom and your sister. Then you went karaokeing, had a good time. Lon, your decision, what do you say?
Well, you know what? I had a really good time with Joy, and she's a lot of fun, and she's very beautiful. But you know what? The whole time I was thinking about Karen. And the very next day, I just couldn't wait to see her again at work. So I'm going to stay together.
Stay together. Joy, sorry things didn't work out for you. And Lon, is there any special reason that really makes you want to stay?
I really want to stay together because... Can you sit back down for just a second? Wait, hold on for just 1 second. I understand what you want to do, but do me a favor and sit down for just a second. Only because we got to see what Karen has to say first, true.
though. Well, let me just get Karen's answer, because this could get really ugly. So, Karen, let me come to you. Let me just recap this for you. You said about what you wanted to do when you went out on this date. You said you wanted to date somebody who wasn't boring in bed, wasn't going to substitute money for love, and wasn't all conservative like Lon is. So we sent you out with London. You had that bad boy thing going. You went jamming out. You guys went to the strip bar for a little while. Ended up kissing at the end. Lon wants to stay together in a major way, but you've made a decision prior to knowing that. We want to find out what you say.
Well, you know, I have given this a lot of thought. And I know that I'm at the point in my life where I really want to meet that special someone. And as great as Lon is, and as wonderful as London is, I want to stay on my own. And meet
So you're saying change of heart. Now, Lon, I know know this is a little tough. It's better to find out now, though, than down the road somewhere where you're in a relationship
Wow.
and you can't
Good
get
thing
back
it's Cooper
out.
Zirconia. I mean,
Well, all right, well, things didn't work out the way you had hoped, Lon, but that's why I wanted to get her decision. All right, dude. Well, better luck next time, man. That's our show for today. Thanks to Joy and Lon.